Hello, guys. My name is David, and welcome to our webinar. And I've got with me a second co-founder at Backona called Piotr. Piotr, feel free to say hi to people.
Hello, hi. Hello, everybody. I'm Piotr.
Yes, hello. And so I just would like to start with the webinar. So I'm just gonna wait just maybe like 10 seconds for more people to join in. In the meantime, I'm gonna start the slideshow, and this is the webinar where we're gonna talk about the product and about the features that we're gonna have in the product in the future, and about the marketing changes. So let me in the industry. So let me show you what's in this presentation. So we're going to start with a tutorial how to use the product and how to analyze your data using conversational methods in chat interface and in our own tool. And then we're going to look at the marketing industry changes. And of course, the next part is, sorry guys. Okay, the next one is the future of Backona AI. So we're gonna look at the roadmap, at the features, and just see what's ahead. And of course, at the end, we're gonna have a.
David, I guess we don't see your presentation, so if you could.
Oops, sorry. Okay,
No
thank you. So it's good to have, you see, it's very good to have a business partner that can help you. And that's not the first time you are helping me, Piotr. So thank you.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, guys. So the last bit is going to be a Q&A session where you can ask questions, and feel free to ask any questions during the event. Just write a comment and we can pick up the question at the end of the presentation. So let me start with the product live presentation. So I'm going to exit the presentation and show you the product. So this is Backona AI. I'm not aware if the person that is watching, which is you, if you are a user or not. So I'm going to be I'm going to describe a lot of features. So I imagine you are just looking at the software for the first time. We've got a chat interface. We've got a history in the software. That's a new feature that Piotr implemented this week and rolled this out for people. We, of course, have a subscription and team organization that you can, in certain pricing tiers, you can add more people to the team. And we've got a settings section that allows you to connect your data sources. And at the moment, you can see two data sources, which is Google Analytics and Search Console. And in a month's time from now, we're going to have a third data source, which is Google Ads. And that's going to be quite interesting to analyze as well. And in the data source, you can actually pick up your property and change your accounts. And it's the same with a Search Console. You can actually keep changing. If you have like access to different clients or different websites, you can keep changing your data sources. And of course, you can enable and disable the data source anytime. And the last part of the software is the help center. We have a help center. We have got a support tickets, so you can actually submit a ticket if you need any help. And of course, we have a Discord, a channel, and a platform to talk to our users. So we like to stay in touch with them. Okay, so let me try and enter the first. Would you like, Piotr, to say something about the interface before we go to the live demo?
No, I guess the most interesting parts you have shown. The settings is basically the one where you connect all the sources, which is really important, because then you are able to talk to your data, pull the data. And as David mentioned, you can disable one of the sources if for different reason you would like to just focus on the one source, to not maybe, make the tool confused a little bit, which source to use, which source to choose. But we have implemented it in this way that you can, basically tool makes its own decisions which source will be the most convenient for your questions. But sometimes you may want to change the settings for your convenience.
That's cool. Thank you. And I just seen the first comments from Navid and Mari. I just wanted to say hello, and we appreciate you are with us. And I will do my best to make it smooth. I'm not a specialist in doing the webinars. I'm more like a business person and marketing person. So I'm doing my best with Piotr. I think we're doing okay. Cool. So let's start with. Of course, we're gonna answer the questions, and at the end of the live webinar. So I'm gonna just show you how I use our own tool, and just train you a little bit how to make the most out of it. So what I usually like to do is I like to start with list all events in the past, let's say 90 days. I would like to see every time I connect Backona AI to a certain data, I like to see the list of events that I have in this data source. So as I can see, this customer collects quite a lot of data. And you, Piotr, and Adam helped with that as well. So I'm quite proud with the amount of events we are collecting. And what I like to do as the second thing is, I'm going to be quite cheeky now, because I'm going to say, based on all my events, suggest 20 questions I can ask. So that's a very easy way to ask AI about questions that you can ask to AI later on. Is that a bit cheeky? What do you think, Piotr?
Oh, yes.
Shall we end the presentation here and say, oh, we are done? That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you for watching us. Of course, I'm kidding. It's like a daddy joke. We and Piotr are dads, by the way, so maybe that's why. So yeah, we've got some. If you don't know what to analyze, that can be a good starting point for you. Sometimes you may have like a feeling that your customer is collecting very little events. So it's good, for example, to ask Backona AI, based on all my events, is there anything else I should be collecting in my, let's say, e-commerce, pet retail industry? That's just an example of that industry. It's not a real industry for this data set. So yeah, because sometimes when I had to work with our clients, they had very little data to start with, and it's quite good to ask Backona AI what kind of data can be used and should be collected. Okay, so that's one part of using Backona AI, and now it's the perfect time to show you the history feature. So if you would like to go to history, just go there, and now my messages are being converted to different chats. So this is how the history works, and I can now switch between my old chats and continue talking in this feature, in this section. And if I would like to open a second chat, I can just go, and like a new chat, let's say, I can just go and continue this way. So that way you can switch between talking with your historic data and different chats, and switching between creating a new ones. So that's how you create a new one. Okay, so how about we're gonna talk about something else? How about what's my bounce rate per marketing channel last month? That's like a very basic question that is very easy to answer with Google Analytics, but not for everyone. So if you can get this, so that's quite a pleasant way to look at the bounce rate per marketing channel. I'm not surprised the paid social has a huge bounce rate because Meta is quite terrible. Have you seen, Piotr, many times that Meta is quite terrible with quality traffic and placements? Yeah. How about we do what performs better, a desktop or mobile? We can follow up on the questions, so you don't have to write every single time a new question. You can just follow up, and you can get a lot of insights by just talking, continue talking to your data. Look at sales. And you don't have to write, again, a long question about look at sales in my devices. You can just continue the conversation. And some people don't know that you can play with the data. So, for example, you can make it a bar chart. That's how we can make, how many types of bar charts we can make, Piotr? Different charts, sorry. The pie chart, bar chart.
Yeah, area chart, I guess we'll be supporting more in the future. So different kind of charts that we want to present our data with. So yeah,
yes.
that will be extending. Right now, yeah, the simple ones we can use. We are also planning to play a little bit with the configuration for those charts to be able to draw it as best as we could for the users to later use them in the presentations or any kind of reporting.
Yeah, I tried to do a line chart for you guys, but of course you're not supposed to, with this data set, you're not supposed to make a line chart. It's better to do it with a how you call it, with a chart that has dates, basically. So yeah, of course you can download it as well. Let me show you. You can go and download the chart as a PNG, as an Excel file as well. I'm just gonna close it. So that's a useful feature as well. Another useful feature is you can reset the conversation as well, because if you have a long conversation, it can sometimes affect the historic data in your chat. It's quite good for deep analysis and stuff like that, but if you're changing subjects constantly, it can be too much data. So from time to time, it might be valuable to reset your. Oh my God, I see a lot of questions, which is so cool. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna answer soon. Let me just finish showing you what kind of questions we can ask. I've got about five, 6 more questions, and we can continue with the presentation. So websites may have some features, like let's say calculator features. So how about what insights can you tell? Sorry, I'm making a lot of typos, but that's me. I'm always making typos. What insights can you tell me on people who used my calculator on my website in the last 2 weeks? It's always a good practice to give a date range at the end of it, just to speed up the analysis. Otherwise, AI may ask you some questions. Okay. So it's asking me to precise it's asking me to be more precise with my event names. I can go back actually, and I just reset it, so I can't go back. But I would just try to force it to be able to look at my events and pick one that is matching. Let's say I'm just trying to force it and see if Backona can try to find the event. Yeah, so actually it has chosen calculator fill out, and I would like some more insights. Yes, I would like more insights. So the good thing is you don't have to ask precise question about how my calculator is performing for this kind of clients or this segment or this device. You can basically ask about like a random insights, and that's a good part of the software. So it's going to pick up its own dimensions and stuff like that. So we've got some insights about the calculator usage, devices, countries, traffic sources, so we can see which traffic source is more active with this part of the website. Okay, and how about let's analyze. I don't know how many of you are analyzing e-commerces, but e-commerces are quite a big number of our customers, Piotr. Is that right?
Yeah. It's they usually track a lot of metrics on their website, basically from the user behavior perspective, how they purchase, how they navigate through the website, which articles they read, which products they are put into the cart, which what is the car abandonment rate, and many of them. Some of them are well configured on ready-made platforms for the e-commerces. So this is definitely an advantage when you do analysis, when you have well-configured analytics. Then you can basically dig out those data. So this is really crucial, basically, whenever and you do any analysis, to assure that you track the data you would like to do the analysis on. If you just track the basic events like page views, your basically your analysis will be limited, but still you can find out a few interesting things, and you based on your analysis, and whenever you don't get much response, you may just look at your events which you track, and which may be good to add to your analytics for later use.
And I've seen a tool that is in beta that can actually help you collect more data inside your GTM with AI as well. So you might be able to enter the website name, and the tool should be able to improve your data collection setup. That might be a good partner for us, Piotr. We should talk to them. Or maybe create a similar tool with the team we have. Why not? So basically, as we can see, I did analyze the checkout funnel, and I look at the dropout, and of course, this is the most important part, because it can tell what's happening and which part of the checkout is changing, and if it's improving or it's decreasing. So that might be. Always look at the summaries. That's a good.
That's basically the power of AI, right? When it can do some analysis on your behalf and give you some summaries that maybe you may not be able to find out looking at the raw data so quickly. So it's definitely good to, as David mentioned, it's definitely good to look at those summaries and maybe do some deep dive analysis from that point. This can also give you really good effects.
That's cool. And also with Google Analytics, what's cool is by just using simple UTMs, you can collect a lot of data about, for example, email campaigns. And most of the email software already include UTMs automatically. So you may analyze a lot of email content and how it works, basically. So for example, in this one, I'm asking which email campaign generated the most revenue this year so far. And this particular data set has some activity in the email marketing world. So we've got some revenue, and this is the name of the campaign that generated that much revenue. So of course we can now come back to our content team and talk to them and say, listen, out of all your emails that you did, this one is bringing the most revenue to the business. So when you're gonna do the next one, think about how can we move into this direction and start increasing the revenue. So make more data-driven decisions. And of course, let's say you would like to know some more about this, not just the revenue. Let's say you would like to ask about, give me more metrics, like metrics for this campaign. I think I spelled that wrong, but who cares? Sorry, guys. And again, it will take some time to keep. Imagine if you have to do it manually, you have to go to GA4 and start playing with the reports. And now we can see a lot of details about this campaign, not just the purchases, but how many users and how many sessions, and how much time they spent in total. and you can do some calculations. So if you ask what's the engagement time per user, it can calculate it for you, or it can grab the metric again if there is a certain metric like that in GA4. And another good feature is you can compare this sometimes to like a general industry data. So is that a good result? And of course, we are not connected to very detailed data about different industries, but I imagine connecting Backona AI to market trends and stuff like that can be quite valuable. What do you think, Piotr, at certain date, like next year, or maybe, I don't know?
Yeah, we look to connect to the different sources, especially those which our customers will be using heavily or like to analyze more data from those sources. We'll be considering to connect to those uh, just for better data. And of course, the better the data, the better the analysis are. Right, we can do the deep dive on the numbers as the one which we get from Google Analytics might be slightly different than we get in our in other channels, so we can compare those. There are different reasons why this is happening, but if we will have this data connected, then this analysis will be possible. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll definitely look towards that in the future to connect more data sources.
That's cool. And just we're gonna finish this part slowly because I would like to share some data industry insights with you. And at the end of this part, I just wanted to say that we just made a blog post yesterday with the prompts that might be useful for you guys. Of course, we don't know if you are collecting this data. So if you don't, contact us anyway. We might be able to help somehow. But these are a good starting points as well. And maybe use the technique I used at the beginning of this. Piotr, can you share the link? Oh, you already did share the link with the chat. Thank you.
Yeah, it's on our blog, so you can navigate directly from the link or from the main page. There is also blog link. So yeah, those might be useful when you don't know where to start from or what question to ask. But basically, you also use the help of AI in our tool directly and ask which question would be good to ask whenever you have certain type of website or certain type of analytics connected to the
Yeah,
web.
more like that's a very good approach, and it's more like push the tool to analyze it for you, and don't even you can try analyze it yourself. That's a good. Depends what your analysis style, but if you are not a professional analyst, it is better to probably push the tool to do it for you, and double check maybe sometimes and follow up questions and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got some marketing industry changes and that we noticed and that I heard in the recent days. And so we believe that the high quality data collection is going to be more and more important because now AI can make more and more analysis. And the more data we have, the better it is. But the thing with data is you can't collect it backwards. And so if you don't track it now well, then you can't really make those reports and get those insights later on. So it's better to think ahead and start collecting as much data as possible. And Piotr, I think we had a small talk about zero click. What do you think of it?
Yeah, so this is really now happening, right? So whenever users are looking for some information like general information, they are starting to reach to the AI tools. And also in most recent days, you may observe that in Google first response, you will get the AI summary, right? So this basically is it may be competitive to your blog posts or the information you have in your blog section whenever you target some SEO traffic as well. But right now it might be like that you may see in this channel a little bit less traffic, but in favor of to let's say direct transactions on your website. So whenever you have like e-commerce, you may observe the same number of transactions on your products, but a little bit less traffic coming from your blogs and from the information that are on your website. So people are
Yeah.
basically rely on the AI.
In short, LLMs are stealing the traffic from Google, and it's a common knowledge right now. And those LLMs are not sending a lot of data about referrals and UTMs, so it shows as a direct in Google Analytics. But the good side of it is, we've been talking about this with Piotr before, that when Google started, they didn't implement Google Analytics till 2005. So I think it's the same with ChatGPT and Gemini. They're just not investing in data analysis at this stage. They're improving the tools in different areas, but in a few years' time, we're gonna see much more data from AI, and we're gonna be able to analyze how AI is positioning our business. And actually, I've got one more insights. You know, Piotr, this text file that can block Google crawlers. I don't know what it's called, robot text, I believe. Like I uploaded, yeah. So that perhaps I heard from someone that there's a one that is for AI as well. They not currently are AI is not currently treating this very seriously, but there is some people are actually implementing those crawling files just to be first when AI will start using this. So that's a very hot news in the industry. Just wanted to share with you guys. Okay, and Google Ads has a referral program. That's like also very fresh news. So now people can get some more commission when they advise clients to start advertising. And of course, we've been talking about the zero clicks, and this is a bit of connected that companies will now start optimizing the content for AI as well as for Google and SEO at the same time. And we see a big shift towards server-side tracking. And we've got more inquiries, Piotr, from customers at the moment. And we do a lot of work with this just to collect more data. But the alternative for it is the Google Tag Gateway. What do you think of the Tag Gateway?
Yeah, so the Google Tag Gateway is sort of alternative to the GTM server side. We also had similar product developed 2 years ago, which is called Backona Clever Analytics. So it basically allows to directly connect your analytics in the first party kind of context. So the better data transfer will occur without that aggressive ad block blocking your analytics as well. So that's basically, it's a good approach. It's basically will make your analytics a little bit better from the context
it's
of
a
data.
middle ground between server side and client side. Client side is your normal tracking that you have installed. So if you don't want to invest in the server side, you can actually go to Google Analytics settings, and in there you will find Google Tag Gateway, and you can actually start set up yourself. And they're using like a third party called Cloudflare. Just wanted to share, if you can collect more data this way, why not? The reports will look better and the insights will be better as well. And of course, additional consent requirements. We've been working with a lot of that. Like Google Ads for the last 2 years was requiring more consents, and Bing is now doing this as well. So do you feel like, Piotr, this will be more and more adapted to different platforms?
Well, yes, because the data privacy is of course a really important thing, and we hear about this from many years already, but not everybody were compliant with the regulations. So sometimes it happened that different websites were sending data anyway, despite the user whatever clicked on the cookie banner. That didn't really matter. So right now the advertisers kind of required that this behavior were according to law. So this is of course one thing which kind of limits our data whenever users do not agree to gathering analytics data. We are just losing this information a little bit. Of course, there are
You've got some
techniques,
signals in place that can still go, yeah.
but you don't have that much precise data, of course. And the other thing is, of course, the ad blocks, right, which are also blocking this traffic. So yeah, from that reason, we are losing around 40% of data, but still we need to be according to law. So this is really important to implement the consent banner in the way that it is gathering the real user consent, and if it's given, to assure that the data are flowing to our analytics
Yes,
as
it's
well.
a big
So
part that is often neglected.
yeah.
And I've got one more news. So 2 days ago, that's a very, very, very fresh news. 2 days ago, Google Analytics reported and told to people that in the beta version, you can start importing your outcomes, and then you can probably make better reports. And of course, this data should be, when it's going to be out of beta from Google Analytics, it should be able for you to access in the Google Analytics. So I imagine you can use the tool later in calculating more ROAS and returns on the SEO, returns on the different marketing activities like emails, because now it's very hard you can't see the cost in Google Analytics. But this is the new feature that might be, we still don't know how it will work, but just sharing some new insights. So that's the end of the news. And now we're going into the features part of the business of the presentation. If you have more questions in the meantime, keep asking. We're going to pick up the questions at the end of it, especially in this part, because we want to change the roadmap in a way that we have a room, basically, for you to implement it. Okay, so Piotr, would you like to tell us a bit about each feature?
Yeah. So basically, our roadmap is built in this way that some of the features we already know that people are asking for, and they are prioritized to be implemented faster. So one of this was conversation history, which is now in place. So we are ahead of time. So this is good news.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we have started implementing as well Google Ads integration. That's the one of the integration we mentioned will be coming in later in time. So it's planned for end of July. So that's one of the core integrations we thought about that will be beneficial for users, and also users who are asking about that, to analyze data more from the context of the ads. In the meantime, we'll be doing the tables exporting feature. So I guess, David, you haven't showed the table feature, how we can build the data or formulating the data in the table. But yeah, that will be also available for the table to be exported. Multiple configuration settings, that's something which also came from our customers. Whenever you have different integrations, like multiple ones, and especially whenever we'll be adding more integrations, that will be useful. Whenever you will have like Google Ads, Google Search Console, Google Analytics configured for certain users, you may want to keep this as a, let's say, one of your favorites, and then add another one, and then just quickly switch between them, to not just click through the integrations every time you want to change customer. So that's also something what our customers were mentioned. It will be nice to have. So we are planning towards that. Next, it's website content. From the top row, website content connector. So this where we will be crawling website whenever you add the website link to the website URL analysis. That might be useful from the SEO perspective, or maybe finding the way to optimize your analytics with the AI. So really, really powerful tool we get. We think from the analysis perspective as well. And next,
can I just add that for me to optimize the blog post, not based only on data that goes to your website, but also on what is written inside the blog post, it can be quite a good feature. Like, I'm very excited for Backona AI to be able to see your website parts, read the blog post that you have, and maybe suggest something better. So yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Not only from the content perspective, but also maybe from the layout perspective, how your particular pages are built. So whenever they might be too long, and sometimes it may happen that people drop in the middle. Whenever you have like a scroll depth and you are tracking that might be useful then to really see how the page looks. So that will be definitely a useful integration for that. And also we plan to connect to the e-commerce direct sources for the data as a data source for data comparison, like the Shopify or WooCommerce. We are still that's further in time. So we will be definitely clarifying which integration will be going here and what will be beneficial for our customers to integrate first. We also have room, as David mentioned, for the customer feedback features. So basically those which you guys suggest to implement, we hear a lot from you in our support system, also in some other channels like emails and comments. So we are really grateful for that. That really drive our feature list as well. So really interesting things will be coming in that spot. So we have that.
Yes, I just want to say that for some reason, Piotr, Backona AI has very involved customers that want us to make the tool better. And that's it. I also had a different business for many years, and I never had that motivated. Had a few good customers, but never that motivated, that helpful. So thanks for this community.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Are you suggesting we should make that spot even bigger, right?
Yes. Based on what you do, there is a chance you might be able to squeeze something and make it a bit quicker, like with this. And maybe we could swap in some places and just focus more on this. Like I had few questions about pre-made questions, so you don't have to come up with them yourself. Maybe you can pick them up with some like a suggested questions based on your data. So maybe we're gonna implement that. I'm still collecting the data from you guys, what you want. So that's really cool.
So yeah, that's further. This is a further in time. So of course we may do some adjustments in the roadmap.
We already did.
To maybe squeeze a little bit more things in favor of something else which might not be needed. But also from one of the bigger feature, we plan to building and saving dashboards. That's something what we also heard might be good to have. That's we think might be also good to whenever we'll have different data sources implemented, because then you may have this data to compare on the charts or on pre-built dashboard. So that's also coming from our roadmap perspective.
That's cool. Thank you, Piotr, and thank you guys for bringing us feedback and feature requests. We love this, and bring some more if you need some. So just let's stay in touch and maybe join the Discord. Okay, so coming back to the presentation. Yeah, that's it actually. So in behalf of our team that work in the background and are really helpful, just want to say thank you. And these are the, of course we have just want to mention that we have an AppSumo lifetime deal. So you can purchase the software once and then use it without monthly fees. So that still lasts like probably 7-8 days from now on.
It is. We are wrapping with AppSumo end of next week, so there's just still time to maybe jump in on that offer. Later on, we'll be also offering the like monthly subscription type of subscription. So you will be able to use that as well whenever you like.
Cool. So we've got some questions, Piotr. I will just put the first screen. No, actually, I'll just put the team because we are presenting the team right now. So Okay, can we pick up? So we found the first question, which is
yeah, I'll be going one by one. Maybe we'll just a comment. Some were already, I guess, shown, like the one here from Navid. I'm here to learn about history feature. I guess you shown that in our tool. This is the one where you can basically browse the previous conversations and continue on those as well. So that might be useful. The next one from Marie. What do super tickets do?
oh,
Are there
they
like
support
chat?
tickets.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
I
a
guess
feature.
that was
Yeah.
about super tickets.
Maybe
Marie,
because
if that's wrong, how we understand it, you may write this question once again. But I guess that was about the super tickets. And no, they are not. Unfortunately, they are not like a chat feature. You need to.
I mean, they are a feature like a chat because you can chat with us in the customer support. Yes, so you can actually talk to us, but it's more like an email.
Yeah,
email
it's
feature.
more like a offline thing. Yeah, we are using this basically to for like a technical support as well. So some of the actions require a little bit more deep dive analysis before we answer. So it's nothing that we can do like a live doing the chat.
Cool.
Yeah. Then the question from Anne. Are Google Ads going to be available for all the users?
I think that's about the connector.
Yeah, and it will be for all the plans, including the AppSum, of course. So all the users will be getting the Google Ads connector at this point. So that was planned as a basic feature. The next question from Navid, can you create charts? Yeah, so I guess David shown how you can create the charts. The really important here is to mention that whenever you create chart, you need to first dig out the data from the analytics. So you have to ask for them, and then you can ask to present them on the different type of chart. So, but yeah, we can do different charts. Be of course extending the base of the charts you can use and produce from the data, so for your convenience. Okay, the next question, how does Backona help me? Is it only Google Analytics? So maybe you can pick that up, David.
Yeah, it's in a month's time. It's gonna be 3 data sources, like Piotr mentioned. Google Ads is common, but for now it's Search Console and it's Google Analytics. However, inside Google Analytics, you've got data from multiple channels, and then you can also integrate Google Ads with Google Analytics. So even now you can start asking about the campaigns. It's not as good as direct connection, but still will give you some insights. So that's the data sources we support. And we would like to do more and more to become more like a Power BI software. Okay.
Can we do tables? Yes, we can. We haven't shown that on our demo, but you can ask to put data into the table and then build gradually with more data.
Yes, I did this many times, like add one more column with a different metric, or even ask AI, can you come up with what other columns should be in this report? And I also had good results with that too.
And the next question, can you export data in Excel format? So yeah, now it's possible from the chart perspective. Whenever you build the chart, like the bar chart David shown, you can, one of the export option is CVS. So then you can open it in the Excel and play with those data. So yeah, but we'll be also thinking maybe exporting tables. We'll be doing the export tables feature to maybe implement that to export it to the Excel format. I guess that's the natural format for the tables. So we'll definitely consider that to implement at the point where we'll be implementing tables exports. Okay, next question.
What can Backona do with the Amazon Ads integration, and what type of info can we get? That's a very interesting question. We never talked about Amazon Ads. I mean, I did a few times with the people I met, but not in the area of Backona AI. So I think we're gonna look into this. Piotr, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I guess the one of the thing might be to definitely use UTMs, right? Whenever you use UTMs on the links which direct to your website, and then you can identify the campaign as an Amazon ad campaign. That will be one of the possibility to track the data in
Yes,
your GA4,
I
right?
need to also learn this because some of the probably some of the Amazon ads campaign are going directly to the products within the Amazon itself. I'm just guessing because I don't have a lot of experience. So they don't even the traffic is not even going to your website. That might be
Okay.
the case, and that can be hard to track inside Google Analytics, for example. But maybe there is a case where people can advertise their own e-commerces on Amazon. We need to learn this. So happy
Yeah,
to
we will
research.
definitely, whenever we do some integration, we always dig out into the details, what we can get from that, what
Yeah, we
might
check
be
the
interesting
APIs in
for
the first
customers.
place. If the API is in place, that's a good starting point for us.
Okay, and the next question. Is it possible to write a prompt that includes text and graph formatting to prepare a long report? I guess right now it's a more you need to do in a little bit interactive way. So whenever you ask for the data, then you put them into the graph format, like a chart, right? And so I guess right now, whenever you will have like one big prompt, you cannot just copy paste it and then it will prepare
Yeah,
a report for you.
but I imagine this feature can be used for a lot of agencies, for example. Like, imagine if customer is asking for a report at the end of the month, and of course, with Backona AI, you can do it still quicker than at this stage, quicker than Google Analytics itself, and you can mix different data sources. So it is a quick way, but it will be even quicker if the agency can say, my customer wants a report that is focusing on SEO, PPC, and let's say social media traffic. And yeah, so that's a good. It's not in place. I don't think we have this in place, Piotr. When I look at our software, but maybe it can be done one day.
Yeah, maybe like two separate prompts you will have to use. So one is to basically gather the data you are interested in, and then just put them into the graph you would like to present them.
I want to brainstorm this with
Some of
our
them,
team.
yeah,
That's
well,
cool.
definitely that's something which will be coming in the whenever we'll be implementing the dashboards, because this way, this way it might be useful also to give our customers to ability to just use the one prompt or predefined prompts and then just see the report. So that's really good idea. Can we integrate other AI to read the data in Backona, I guess it should be, to write the deeper search? I guess this is a question to integrate our tool with another AI LLM. So I guess right now it's not possible. We may consider adding option to maybe integrate with other LLM systems, just to maybe compare the analysis. Right now we are using the one which is giving us the best results from the perspective of gathering the data from the integrated tools.
That's an interesting question because we already had one conversation with someone who wanted to integrate our chat with their chat and create our own API and stuff like that. So I'm quite open-minded to where the tool will go. Depends on the need of our clients, and but that's a very interesting insight. Thank you. Navid is a cool guy. Just want to say, or a woman. I just want to say thank you for all the insights.
Yeah, I missed some of the comments because there were other questions. So Okay, this is also, I guess, suggestion, right? I suggest an interface that shows a basic analytics, plus and text, but to try to ask a question. Yeah, I guess this is the one with defined questions, which people are asking to have at the beginning. I guess that's something what we'll be definitely considering in the section for implementing the customer feedback features, or maybe even earlier. But yeah, but that's really great idea. Okay. Would it be possible to create a prompt that compares the data of my site with a specific industry? Do you want to comment on that, David?
Sorry, I was writing a comment to Navid, so I don't get the question. I'm gonna read it. 1 second.
Okay,
Would it be possible to create a prompt that compares the data of my site with a specific industry? So basically AI was trained on a lot of data on the internet and a lot of researchers as well, and we have a lot of researchers in the marketing industry available. So my advice is to bring your data to the chat, ask about your data, and then ask another question to compare it with the industry averages, especially in your area of the business. If it's let's say like a law firm, just ask about what's the typical conversion rates for law firms, let's say, or like so you might be able to do it that way. And I did this a few times already, and I think we're gonna double down on comparing your data with trends and competitive data on Google results. That's also a very valuable part of marketing analysis. So you can try it now. It worked for me a few times.
Yeah, I missed one of the questions in a row. So Randy is asking, I bought one license a couple of weeks ago. Can I buy a second code from AppSumo to add to my existing account? So I guess this is not possible to use like two licenses on one Google account. You can use that definitely for your another Google account. That's one of the option, and the second option is to upgrade to the higher tier where we have a team functionality. So basically, team functionality gives you ability to invite team members or even your other, let's say, Google emails where you have different integration and reuse within one message limit. So this is basically really powerful whenever you would like to share this account with some other person in your team or even your other Google account, because basically right now the one Google account is one license. So and definitely you need to use that Google account which you have integrated Google Analytics with. So whenever you have like large customer base on two different emails, it might be beneficial to jump on the higher tier. I guess from the tier 3 we have free team spots to reuse. Or you can use additional license, buy additional license, and use it on your different account as a separate.
Piotr, I just read a comment from Randy, and he said that he don't know where to upgrade. So I think we're gonna help him or help her. Sorry, I'm not good with people have different names and from different countries. So I just want to be flexible. So we are happy to help. So maybe. Okay, I've got two guys. Thank you, guys. Just contact me. It's a support@backona.com, and I'm gonna help you with this. So don't worry about that. Okay, do we have more questions, or was that the last one? Apart of people confirming their
we have one more from Navid, our feature maker.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I import an Excel or PDF file? So right now, no, but we'll be definitely adding that. So whenever you will have like your external report or external system that will produce you some data, then we'll be able to import it to the chat and discuss in the context of those data.
Mm-hmm. But let us know on the support, Navid, what other data sources you would like to have, because it might be more efficient to just connect directly to, I don't know, HubSpot or a different analytical software like Matomo. So let me know what is your data set, and always direct connection is quicker than importing and exporting. That may help. Cool. So thank you, guys. It's already 55 minutes. So I just want to say I'm very thankful for having you, and thank you, Piotr, for working with me and being on this webinar.
Thank you, guys. Really good questions, quite difficult ones. So, but we'll get them under consideration definitely. So, thank you, guys, again for participating, and hopefully you will enjoy using our tool.
Thanks. See you. Bye.